Good morning, everyone. July 17th, 2022. I've got a few new things set up here. I got rid of that big box that I had stored since 2016, since I packed up my shop in Pennsylvania. And it's like opening Christmas presents here. This thing is a fretting deck that I built for doing guitar frets, fret jobs right there. This is basically to clamp it to the table. And each of these are individual. You can raise or lower them. You actually screw the neck to here, and then you bring it up to that, and then you can do all your fretwork right on top. I know it's a confusing looking machine if you don't know what it is, so that's just a quick explanation. I got my little belt sander here set up. I don't know why I didn't set this thing up months ago. It's just so handy for pretty much everything. Just any little job, cutting screws down and everything. It's about noon, and I've been working on the new thing here. Pretty much, it's ready for the top. Right now, I'm just clamping and gluing the top down. Nice piece of mahogany edge banding around it, and yeah, pretty much all I have to do now is just wait for the casters and the hardware, and that'll be ready to put the drill press on. And I think we're gonna put it right back in here. Either right there or maybe right in here, because our next project, of course, is to rip this all apart and rebuild it. I'm definitely gonna salvage the drawer pulls for these things, because I wanna have drawers and stuff here as well. This is just gonna be a much bigger project than that. Just that, but a lot bigger, right? And a lot, not cheaper, about the same price, because I'm not using such high quality plywood with this. Doesn't need to be, right? This is like the ridiculous expensive Baltic birch. Oh yeah, I promised to show you guys what this looks like. We'll get some denatured alcohol. It is Eastern black walnut. And so when you put this on there, it brings out all that grain. Look at that. That's gonna be an awesome guitar top, especially when I book match it, and like it'll be like a mirror image of itself. And I'll probably get another one up top here as well. Oh, you guys couldn't really see it because of the light, but there you go. It's pretty awesome. There's not too much going on up here, but it's still really nice wood, and it sounds good too. So that's important for me. These cracks, we can definitely work around all that. Yeah. I got a good deal on it. All right, so this is the top of the drill press stand, and as you can see, I messed up. So what happened was, when I was drilling these pocket holes, I forgot to clamp the board and the edge banding at the same time. So when I screwed it together, it jumped just a 16th or maybe even a 32nd of an inch right here on the edge. And so when I sanded it, the plywood is super layered, and all the layers are extremely thin. So it only takes a little bit to burn through, and that's basically what happened. And I realized it right at the beginning, and I was like, okay, so I already know how to fix it, but I wanted to show you guys how I'm gonna deal with this issue. So basically, I'm gonna make it even better, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do like a black, blue, and yellow sunburst, like a blue to yellow burst, but it's gonna be really dark black around the edges. So it's gonna hide all this, and then it's gonna go to blue and then yellow in the middle. This is clear penetrating epoxy sealer, and this stuff, I've had it for a long time, and I'm surprised it's still good, but it's basically a 2-part epoxy sealer. It's really liquidy, and it'll go right into the wood, seal the wood up. And the cool thing about it is you can mix these finishes with it, and it helps the finish, or it helps the stain soak into the wood. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna put some gloves on, and we're gonna stain directly into the wood. We want to get this edge as black as possible so we can hide this. So I just have an old t-shirt cut up here. This is just an old t-shirt. We gotta start in the middle with the light stuff first. And then we work to the darker stuff because we don't wanna mix the dark into the light. So we're gonna go ahead with yellow. We're gonna mix in some clear penetrating epoxy sealer. Right, it's like 1-to-1 mix. We're gonna mix that up. We're gonna give a good coat in the middle here. We're gonna put some yellow right in the middle. All right, so it's gonna be bright in the middle. That's all. So this epoxy sealer, we're gonna use this to blend the edges, right? We're gonna blend that out so it doesn't look like we don't see any hard edges, right? Now we're gonna use our blue. And we're gonna go like this. We wanna have it darker than that. There we go. We're gonna wanna use more epoxy to blend it. Stay away from the middle. We wanna keep that bright. But we also wanna blend it pretty good because the outside edge is gonna be hidden by the black. So here we go. We get more blue than that. The thing is, I actually sealed the top of this yesterday with water-based polyurethane, so it's not soaking in. I thought I sanded it all off. I guess not. All right. It's all right. It's a work surface. And this is actually going to be hidden by a drill press anyway. So just a little bit of practice here, I guess. Okay. Now we're going to go on to the black. But we're going to go ahead and add black to the edges. Put the lid back on these things because I'm guaranteed to knock those over. Now we're going to go super heavy on the edges here, especially on the mahogany with the black. We'll see if this works or not. Looks like it's working. Looks like it's soaking in pretty good. I want to be careful. I don't want to drip any dark stuff in the middle. It'll ruin the whole thing. So we're just going to go around the edges. And then we're going to go back to the blue rag. And then we're going to blend the black and the blue together. We also have to get all the way around the edges of the mahogany. And this is the same process that I'm going to use for guitars. Same process. For sunbursts or blue bursts or whatever kind of bursts you can think of. We're good all the way around the edge. Now we're going to go back to the blue, wherever it is. That'll work. The yellow, the blue. I want to make sure my hand doesn't have too much black on it. We're going to go back to actually, we're going to go to the epoxy. We're going to blend that black into the blue. If we can. Looks like it's working. Just got to be careful. I got to stay mindful that I don't go into the center or we'd ruin that entire look. We're going to need more black. I see a hard line right there. So we're gonna go back this, that black on there. We want heavy, especially around these corners where I messed up. And you can tell it's hiding it pretty well so far. Back to the sealer. We're gonna go from the outside to the inside. So we're like trying to pull that black into the center a little bit. Seems to work best if you go in circles here. Give it a little bit of pressure. I think we need more blue. What do you think? I think so. Definitely. All right, now I'm going to work from the inside. Go out. And that's pretty much it. We can call this thing done. We can let it dry, and then we're going to go ahead and do a top coat on it later. There you go. A blue burst. And it doesn't look like total crap. All right, so that took 12 minutes, that part of the video. We'll go ahead and I can't even tell what the bad part is. It all looks pretty good. This is gonna get mounted right there. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you liked it, let me know in the comments, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.